Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. 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 Win Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3.
What it do, what it is. We live. A little late run. Let CPI get out of the way this morning for sure, because that thing's always going to change the morning prep, which it did. Never know which way that thing's going to blast off, but I guess I didn't see the write-up for it, but it looks like it's more, benign, so less potential Fed aggression on rates. So you get a little bit of a pump right now in the marketplace. See if that sustains. The Nasdaq's finally broken that horrific range it's been in that's tied to the phantom zone. So that's where we're going to start the day. How the fuck is everybody? I see a lot more life in the eco, definitely like that. Is that lifted mindset in the fucking audience? How the fuck are you, sir? That's Nebula 1, dude. Hope you're coming back to stay for good. 83 on the open. Brutal. Man alive. What's going on there? Bunch of slackers. Everyone's out there reading so much Twitter now, you're fucking overwhelmed, huh? Can you guys imagine? So you look at those threads I leave on Twitter and you realize that, like, I don't use Twitter like anybody else that went ahead to wipe it out, right? These thread writers and this bullshit fucking fluff pieces they write, I don't do that. I use Twitter to keep track of data solely. And over time, right, it becomes amazing material to look back on. So I think, getting that back is a huge advantage for all you guys who like to read blogs so much. This is, the blog of blogs when you look at it, because I use Twitter for what it was. It was a microblogging service. So to me, that's what I use it for, to keep track of data and attach, updated information to those threads over years and years and years of time to build out complete research database, inside this database. Never really dreamed anybody would go to the trouble of deleting something that was actually useful to everybody that I left public that way. But it did. And now we're back. So, what'd you guys think of, what was that? Oh, fucking damn it. I gotta take that computer down sometime. What'd you guys think of today's piece? Did a little painting. I actually did a scene and then an oil painting. Did a render to it. Did some editing to that. Did a blend with a fucking photo of moi. What do you guys think of this one? And this show is, I don't know why I keep thinking this, but it was like, on the level of like synesthesia, like blending it, multiple senses together and, seeing price through like your other senses, through your emotional sense. So I changed the name to a German version of that, to give you guys some work to go look up some words. I got to give you guys some research in every sense of the word, in the morning. So a little language work never hurt anybody. But so this was kind of like relating to a post that I put out this morning. And I wanted to show you, this is a really great example. I sat here in Google Sheets, and I plotted every one of these dates so I can make a graph output to show you a ratio that we can't graph anywhere, which is Zuki versus Clonex as a synthetic. Much like how we looked at like Zoom CCL and stuff like that to get an idea between two assets in the marketplace, like, what was going on rather than just the assets in terms of US dollars. I decided to take the Zuki in ETH versus Clonex in ETH and show you just how literal prices people is, right? And so every time I talk to somebody in Twitter and I try to tell them, hey, something you're doing is fucked up, for whatever reason, I don't seem to speak English the way that's okay for most people. So I'm always an asshole, all right? No matter what I do, if I try to point something out, I'm always an asshole. So this was me warning Clonex on June 5th. That's up here, actually. The arrow's like in the middle, but this is actually May 12th date. Clonex is Azuki to Clonex is 0.45 of an ETH. It is less than half of an ETH on this ratio. And the first time we detect really excessive toxicity, I make a note of it, right? This inclusive community, looks like Artifact. The second he gets on a shoe, instantly shits on other projects. This is an artist basically shitting on Goblin Town. And the minute you start to take your eyes off of what you're doing and start to look over to somebody else's world and wish them worse, you're not working on what puts you where you are. It's like a huge sentiment tell. So this is always big danger. This is when we notated it. We notated it on June 5th. So sorry, that's like up here in the middle. June 14th is right here. So it's like right here. Second time I warned them, right? Azuki's come up to 1 and gone to parity with Clonex, and Zagabond's, whole FUD has kind of like, gone by the wayside for the most part a little bit later here in August. And from that, you can see the upward trend, right? As you advertise toxicity, no one wants to be a part of that. And a whole lot more people are looking than fucking are speaking, right? We can see that by how many people bought Clonex behind us, right? There's a lot more people that bought it than we'd ever heard from. And that's the reality. That's who's your actual future demand for your projects. If you want people in there, your culture matters. This is the first warning I gave Azuki's. When they began to basically gloat, we had a clone jump sides and basically start to gloat about, artifacts over. And as soon as he did that, I notated it. The night before we decided to plow this thing. And that was one of the big sentiment reads, right? That the toxicity had reached to Azuki's, and clones were busy working on healing their infrastructure, healing their culture. The exact opposite was going on here, right? When they were pumping and they were like 11 ETH, and the Azuki's were down at 6.99 at this point in time. That's the prices that were here, and the arrogance was in the other population. So we notated this, and you guys can see it really clearly, right? The climaxing structure, the parabolic, that led to the Azuki's arrogance or euphoria, to where they decided to then take a shit on Clonex. A specific member, not every one of them, so I'm not incriminating all of them. But you only need like a sample in the population, one member, right? One emotional person is usually not alone. And so since ignorance encircles value, the statistics are rather high that person was like just a tell of what was in the population, right? And from that moment, where this thing had parabolic from sub 0.5 of an ETH, 1,400% to fucking 7 ETH per Clonex. If you had dumped your fucking Azuki right fucking here and bought some fucking clones, you'd have fucking had one hell of a fucking return in terms of the Clonex Azuki ratio with this 30% collapse immediately upon the toxicity showing its head. That is how much price is people. It's an instantaneous thing. There is no faster indicator than human emotion in price that I've ever seen in my entire life. There is nothing. There is no volume signals, nothing. The instant a person speaks, it is mathematically precise within the universe to the fucking moment. Pretty cool, right? So I know you guys are missing some real content that wasn't just fucking thread writing bullshit out there. So this is why we point stuff out like this, right? Everyone thinks we're being a troll. Nope. The minute you start wishing bad on other people, be careful. That shit will show up on your fucking doorstep. I've said that a lot of times. And look, I'm as nasty as a motherfucker as there is. I can be as toxic as fuck. And I'm telling you something that sounds rather kumbaya, aren't I? Don't wish bad on other people. The universe has an amazing way of making that shit come right back to you the second you breathe life into the universe. So, memos and junk. Isn't that a cool study? To see that, you have to see that stuff over time to realize what I'm doing. I'm not really harassing people. I'm not harassing Benito. I'm not harassing Azuki's. I just use Twitter to keep track of data. That's it. Objectively keeping track of data. I have no attachment to fucking with you. I don't want to see anybody lose money in Azuki's or lose money in clones. I'm just looking at like this dot connects to this dot connects to this dot to dick kick. You're going to get dick kicked if you say that. And after a long enough time I've been around, if those words come out of your mouth, really bad things happen next. And I just try to tell people, maybe I don't say it the right way, but like that's all it's ever been around is keeping track of data and having predictability based on, having enough experiences with that data. So yeah, price is people. When you see people talking shit like that, whenever you see that for all of crypto is so cultured. Whenever you see toxicity from one group, people in Ethereum shitting on meme coins or people with fucking meme coins shitting on anybody else, that's rare. But it's a sign that they basically have made too much money and their emotional structure has changed. And so they reflected in their attitude shifts, right? And you can track that as the thought that will precede the price, because thought precedes action, and that's what's going to lead to the prices, right? So, yeah, cool study I thought to put out there, Yeah, that German, yeah. Well, I got ChatGPT's assistance to get me a word that would like capture, the being able to see price through emotions and use other senses. And I can't say that shit either, motherfucker. But hey, gave you something to fucking get your brain going this morning. So whatever the hell this show is called, basically. I can't even begin to guess what the fuck this show is called. Let me see. That word's crazy. How the fuck do you guys get anything done, Germany, speaking like that? Jesus Christ, bro. I bet German people can't pronounce this shit. Motherfucker. I have no idea. You know? It just captured all of the definition captured all of what I was looking for. I didn't think about fucking enunciating that bitch. Let's see. Can anybody actually say this? Let's see. Einfühlung. Dude, that's ridiculous. This is why you guys lost the fucking war. You know that? This right here. This is how the fuck y'all niggas couldn't get messages to the front line. What the fuck? I don't even believe I picked that for the name of my shit. I have no idea. Well, you just look up the damn definition. Jesus Christ. Yeah, well, whatever. Shit. I'll just humiliate myself trying to say that crap, bro. Motherfucking Christ. Yeah, seriously? Language matters, motherfucker. The rate of communication matters. I can only imagine when somebody's in a crisis and panicked and couldn't get that fucking last fucking desperate plea out in location. Fucking Christ. What a word. ChatGPT, you son of a bitch. Got me looking retarded at my own shit. Anyways. So, yeah. How the fuck is everybody? Let's see here. Where did I put that? Oh, yeah. Recent. You stupid thing. Recent. Yeah, see? Sheets. Easy peasy. Not that hard to make something. So, don't have synthetic charts? Go make them. But always remember, when data is not easily accessible, it's definitely more useful, right? Because it's more scarce. Do you know how many Azukis are aware this was fucking happening right here? That this pullback is happening since the bottom of CloneX and that the actual outperformer is the clones? Most people can't think this way, right? So, yeah. And it also, you know how many clones were aware this was happening to them while they were being toxic as shit across the market while, you know, ETH was correcting into the summer and then fucking rotating off the bottom? It's really hard to keep track of this. But this is an actual more important ratio to understand, like, you know, comparing a project to a project than comparing them, you know, through the medium of fucking ETH or fucking cash. I want to understand, you know, are we in an antisocial rotation or a social rotation? Are we going with fucking 2D niggas or 3D niggas? You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, this is actually far more informational about what's really going on between NFT projects than looking at them just in straight ETH. So, you know, and that's why we talk about Zoom CECL and the other ratios. Disney, was it Disney RC? What was it? I don't know. It was Disney some other ratio that we had in another show. But right, they're telling you meaningful things between two different populations. And they have to be relative. Like, you know, we can't really compare like RCL to fucking fiat currency, but comparing RCL to fucking another corporation or another cruise line makes all the sense in the world, right? We compare houses to houses. We want something similar. Azuki to CloneX is a lot more similar than Azuki to ETH. Disney Zoom. Was it Zoom? Boy, Zoom's in everything. Whatever. So, yeah. But anyways, spreadsheet working junk. I'm not that lazy. I know you guys think I make it look easier stuff. I do stuff behind the scenes. I'm not just sitting here pushing buttons and, you know, snapping pics. Put some effort into the artwork. Put some effort into the analysis. Put some effort into shit. If you're going to do anything, put some fucking effort into it, you know. Gotta practice what you preach, right? Alright. So, what are we at? It's 9:19. Shit's popping. Let's see what's happening now. Let's go look at so we had numbers. Let me go get the numbers real quick. Forex Factory. What am I on here? This is Chrome. Reddit is on the other one. Reddit. One sec. Did you guys leave any war stories for the day? Let's see what we got. Any of those? Not the perfect trade. Didn't I read that already? No book here. I did read that already. Okay, so no new war stories. All right, that solves one problem. So CPI came out. What did it say? CPI was a little lower than expected from the forecast, so that's a positive thing if inflation's not looking as bad, that the Fed won't have to fucking kill you. So that's your pop. That's what we just said. And that's the only number we have today. Where's the other one? Tomorrow morning, Bank of England stuff. Want to pay attention to this? Pre-market USA times. an FOMC member speaking, Waller, not necessarily the most important one, unemployment claims you do care about, and core PPI. So this is your other inflation metric, and whatever this comes out at will be equally as moving, most likely, as like CPI. This is your producer price index. This is like, where inescapable inflation is. If you have producer prices inflating, it's only going out to the consumer. So like this one is, possibly more important to see what's really, at the back end. So make sure you pay attention to that. All right. This is, so, oh yeah, let's see, where did I put it? What day is today? Boy, I gotta really clear my cache. Jesus Christ, babe. What day is today? Today is Tuesday? Is today Tuesday? No, today's Wednesday. Yeah, shit, boy, time goes by fast. Hey, who remembers this old goodie? So I'm finally getting to dig through my wall. Anybody remember this crazy shit? So this is the kind of stuff that got me attacked. It's just data they didn't understand, right? That you could actually use, shapes that are, ubiquitous in the universe, like the Fibonacci ratio, and use it to forecast the location, not only, vertically in space, but horizontally in time, right? You think about prices rise and run, space and time, and you can use this shape to actually calculate when and where something should be. And this is a cool study. I put a bunch of these out and hit a bunch of them, and people were just like, it's fucking some kind of parlor trick. I'm like, bro, how do you think this is a parlor trick? Like, seriously? Like, the fuck? But yeah, so fun stuff, right? All kinds of different ways to read price that people never thought was possible back then. Look at this thing. This is 2015. If you wonder where Fibonacci crazy people came from, it was from this shit right back here. And they had no fucking idea. They still have no fucking idea because there's no book on this shit, bitches. I am the book on this shit. Other good stuff, right? So lots of stuff for you guys to study. I know my hashtags don't all work again still, but I'm trying to pull out stuff as I can find it. This is kind of why we look at price the way we look at Azuki Clonex, right? Because this is our dynamic. Like, I only need to catch one of these stupid pigeons to fucking know where the rest of them are at. These aren't pigeons, by the way. But you know what I'm saying, right? Like, the memorization birds captures the fucking herd-like motion that we all kind of like do. Like schools of fish, flocks of birds. People are tied together almost like, in a quantum entanglement of emotions. See how much better this is that I have my old shit? See how old this is? This is so crazy. This is what year? 2016? Jesus Christ. This shit's outdated. This shit's outdated. I can't even teach you guys none of this stuff. This shit old. Nobody wants to see none of that stuff from back in the 20-teens, back in your grandpa's day. Crazy shit. But yeah, good stuff. Go read it. Teach all kinds of stuff. Got to keep up with that news flow. Eco has all you need. Oh yeah. Make sure you check the market prep channels too. We have stuff there that's feeding in from Forex Factory, but just to be on the safe side, always check Forex Factory too. Good stuff though, right? It's like, I'm telling you, it's good content. They went and wiped out a lot of really good stuff. But yeah, electromagnetic fields of the heart. This is a cool little, like, shows you the toroidal flow of like your electromagnetic field energy and stuff like that. And not exactly positive that this is what does it, but it's kind of like when you're close enough in a population of people, you inherit emotions. You ever walked into a room and somebody's in a really shitty mood and you can feel that shitty mood? You don't know how. You're like, boy, what's wrong with you? Tell me you guys have never had that experience and been right about it. You've been totally right when you walk in the room. You're like, yeah, I knew something was wrong. I don't know how I knew, but I knew you were fucking pissed off, or I knew you were having a bad day, right? You don't really recognize it, but you do have that sense, and you do actually, like, you do actually know how to, like, interpret it. You don't really think that you do, but you do. If you really tune it well, doing various experimental things that I'm not going to recommend anybody does, you can actually use it on purpose, which is what I do. Don't do anything that I suggested you think I might have suggested or contemplate I suggested. I didn't suggest anything, so don't do anything I have suggested. But yeah, so now we go back to this graph, and you get what's going on here, right? So that's all the sentient reading really is, right? Understanding that we are herd animals, and you just need to catch, one. There's an analogy I used to use, right? If I take a shotgun and I fire into a bush, I only need to see one fucking quail in the bush and know to take a shotgun and fire it and catch them all. This person's either the fucking one anomaly or he's representative of the population he came from. Oh, god damn it. Sorry. My bad. But yeah, so same dynamic, right? I only need to find one of those birds to know where the entire flock is. And so that's this idea, right? Because values of scarcity and emotional people don't occupy the same space as logic, and emotion is what drives this egotistical statement, this person's likely not alone. All right, that's enough of that. So that would be the lesson tied to this unpronounceable fucking word. I want to know how to say this. Einfühlungsvermögen. What the fuck did this umlauts over the fucking U and the O tournament do anyway? I forgot. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm glad they teach English in that fucking country. You motherfuckers would be lonely as fuck. Alright, so that's that. Got that one. So theme makes sense right now, a little bit more, right? You guys like the color dynamic of this one? I went for something a little, less aggressive, I guess. I like these colors. I thought they're pretty good. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna be trying to get my next piece in the Art of Markets up on Foundation today. Supposedly it's going to be on the front page of Foundation, they said. I was contacted by Foundation, so I'm going to try to put out what I think is my pinnacle piece of it, and probably something that's insanely symbolic of the time period and the story of life going on in the markets and in my own personal life. It's going to be the one Invictus. I just finishing that guy up this morning. So I'm waiting to hear back from them to see how that all works, to put it up there when I'm supposed to. And I will announce that guy on Twitter when it goes live. So look out for that guy. All right, so what do we have now? Oh yeah, I had actually wanted to show you this. I know I don't have a chart up yet. I don't know what. I saw this today, and it's just funny. Look at this. Widow wrote a grief book after husband died, charged with his murder. She wrote a grief book about his murder, but she murdered him so she could write the book. This is a better version of the hot, crazy Matrix. I don't know. This is worth a screen grab, but Jesus fucking Christ. The unicorn. Oh my God. Anyways, no, that's what I'm looking for, though. So, how many of you guys came out? Very important thing for everybody who feels like it's always over. I see so many people in the room feel like they always miss Pepe, they miss this, and life's over. Stop it. Every day is a new chance. Good stuff to pay attention to. If I didn't think like this, I'd have given up a long time ago. So, trust that. Where did I put it? Am I retarded? Oh, there it is. I don't want to accidentally hit the music. Yo! I know they have something that IP writes about, like, X-rated things. God damn it, son. Did you really forget Blender just to do that? Motherfucker. Well, wouldn't be the crew if we weren't doing silly shit like that. Too funny. So, how many of you guys came out to the floor? It was pretty much a very stagnant range in the market. It was kind of hard to find anything to play. Market's been choppy for the last couple of days, so the CPI puts us out of the range. But, we're going to definitely be stepping a game up in Web3 a lot more. Check out the class pick. How dope is this? That's too fucking dope. So, going to be doing our concepts in there. Going to be doing our live trading floor in there. I'm going to be doing Clonex Classic meetups and business development inside these things. We're going to get a couple other rooms configured and stuff. So we have some different places to do these things. And eventually this is going to move to be token gated. So we're going to token gate the trading floor, and we'll release whatever meta key we need for that. We'll announce that at that time. But right now, just kind of refining some things. Things are getting to where things function quite well. And we can actually operate from here pretty reasonably. And most everyone's computers aren't catching fire anymore. So most everyone, not everyone, but most everyone. Anon waiting in the corner for tips. No, I think the Anon in the corner is actually my account I'm using to broadcast the music. Maybe. One of the Anons is me. That's either me back there or the other computer's back there. One of these two is it to get the music on the back wall. But the vibes are definitely incredible. Definitely digging it. So hopefully you guys have been enjoying that. Been waiting a long time to be able to create something like this, so I think it's pretty dope. So definitely real cool to see it taking shape, and us have our three-dimensional bodies to go in there and do this shit. So I hope you guys are enjoying it, and you're actually in the right, in a better mind state that's helping you make better choices, because that's also part of it. It's not just it looks cool, kind of gamifying it was an idea to take it away from like away from the conventional idea of like what it has to be to like trade, and gamify it completely. You know, you're just making choices like you do in a video game. And if you could do that with the same mentality as a game and not worrying about money, what could you do really, right? So how many of you have actually seen an impact in your trading by having that kind of dynamic now? Have you noticed it like take some of the mental load off of like trying to get this right and stressing yourself out? Do you kind of like deal with it kind of more like a video game without contemplating the money and just dealing with the R's and dealing with structure? Because the further you get away from thinking about the money, is like the easier it does get. Many of the guys in my trade with notice that you somehow seem to make more money trading crypto than you do trading stocks because you never think about how much you're making in terms of crypto because it requires like a conversion sometimes. How many of you have ever noticed that? That your mind doesn't torture you about it, you know, if you don't know exactly what you've got right off the bat. Not that you should ever. You should know your dollars in crypto too, but it does happen. So, yeah, you know what I'm doing. Shut up. Let me just get my free roll done. I can pay attention. I got to be able to do this while I fucking do the show, you know. So, wow, what a fucking bar that was. Hold on. Ah. Sweet baby Jesus. Alright, I'm almost back. One sec. Fucking, obviously, if I'm in the show and it's broken over the fucking range, it's gonna go fucking, you know, ape shit crazy. 64.75. Sweet. See if that one leaves. Alright. Where was I? Sorry about that. Yeah, wait to get rid of the bell. I have plans laid out so I can still fucking do this. I'm not retarded. I'm not fucking running into the bell to fucking get screwed out of the morning move I prep for every fucking morning. Are you kidding me? Fuck that. Let's go get this on the screen and see what the fuck is popping. So we updated this guy in the on Cyber. So what a fucking ridiculous fucking load of shit he did, right? This has been the Phantom Zone on SPY. I lost the SPY murder cluster stuff. So let's use a SPY chart. So he's still sitting, right? Phantom Zone is this fuchsia box range. He's still sitting in it right now. Our trigger for SPY is up here. QQQ version of things is blowing out this flag right now. This is a rotation we're waiting for. It's been really shit. Bull flag, retest, you know, stop run 2B. Recoil, new bull flag, rotation, you know, with a catalyst. So really just tech coming out of this. It's still fucking shitty because overall stocks are not best of breed. It's just that tech is relatively better, you know, among the basket in the United States. But overall, the better place to actually be is right now. It looks like it's still overseas. Japan has really been a better strength in the most recent movement, you know, and also I think the German 30. Nope, he's actually stagnant. So right now, I think all you have coming out of this is a NASDAQ, right? Right. Let's check the world basket. Let's see where things are in the world basket. Put them on top of the SPX. See, this is a murder cluster. Would be really good. So we're down here checking the trough in March. Remember we had backwardation here, and on the murder cluster chart, we had like a backwardation event and a shooting cluster in March. March was like crazy. So we'll look at this from that emotional event in the shooting cluster and see where the strength is right now. It's been like, you know, Germany and Japan, and you can see the NAS kind of in there. And then structurally, the only guy clearing recent highs is the NAS. It looks like the S&P is attempting to do the same right there. So this relative high is being broken just by the U.S. Markets right now. Looks like Germany and the CAC. I don't see him. Where's the CAC in this? Did I not have him in this? I'm such a retard. Let me add that guy. Do I not have the CAC on this? Where the fuck? Yeah. Why can't I see that thing? Oh, it's orange. That's why. Fucking Christ. Okay, fuck it. I'll leave him orange for now. I have two of them. Okay, that's my fault. I did have him there. My fault. Okay, so yeah, where's the CAC? He's down below right now. So yeah, your strength is Japan, Germany, and then the NASDAQ tailing it behind it. And structurally, the NASDAQ's your leader right now going out. So maybe we finally get out of this range and the NAS hauls us out of there, and we kind of see what happens to the S&P behind it. My bad. Community. Heat map stocks. So kind of just gauging where things are on the opening right now. Where is the strength coming from? It's all of tech right now. Nothing coming out of energy so much. Bang's kind of like flattish. No real big movements here. Looks like right now Amazon's a little stronger. We talked about paying attention to him the other day. Amazon. And maybe worth paying attention to him. He's been kind of off the radar for a while. He's got a little strength right now as he rotates. There was an AI summit that Google was part of yesterday. Worth paying attention to him also at a crazy inflection point right now, leaving this potential range on a rotation of a massive bull flag coming out of the beginnings of 2022 and the policy shift by the Fed from 2021. So this might be worth paying attention to with the NAS catching some strength and Google being in this spot right fucking now. Apple things, we know we had him. He was worth paying attention to. He's heading to our little box range I told you to watch. And from this bull flag, and he should structure out again up here. So a couple things looking kind of bullish to keep the market from shitting itself off after the CPI. Crypto things and behind it, right? We're watching this guy. They've been relatively strong and been kind of like one of the things we leaned on for a potential bull scenario to show up in stocks is that these guys had stayed relatively strong, though they couldn't fully rotate out of these regions right now. And BTC ultimately stalled again and kind of is choking on 28.6, but nonetheless just kind of consolidating the area. USDT, well off of where we'd want to see him to be really bullish for altcoins. If he was coming through this would be really positive to a whole bunch of other altcoins right now. Really in the big cap world, ETH and BTC are the strength, and where the real risk-seeking behavior has been meme coin land, right? Not really much else in between. DXY things, I know I'm just doing the macro because fuck it. DXY things is sitting on top of Stevie D still, and the DXY is just not doing shit. We talked about MXN inside the pod, paying attention to him. Definitely an interesting spot. Just like it. Made live and on cyber, bitches. Damn right. But paying attention to fucking European majors against yen and various other crosses of the yen, while the Japanese market has strength, is probably a good idea. So yeah, I think I covered everything all in one shot. Oh yeah, VIX. What's he doing? Bullshit. 16.58. Back down again. Bottom south is 21. And we told you if you got this kind of dump move back down, you could get a little gas in the market. It's finally showing some gas, but not a whole lot. Because this faded quite a good way without there being any real upside movement in the market. So, but that also is tied to the fact that equities weren't the best place to be at all. In this last period, it was shitcoins. All right, so that's a whole bunch of nothing. Maybe something. I don't know. Did you guys get all that? That was a lot. Got some symbols already. What are we at for time-wise? It is 9:40. Not too shabby. I think we covered a couple good things. Well. It is Pepe. You guys get a choke on Pepe. Oh yeah, I put something out worth noting. So I'll give you a little more context here about that one. Let's see, where did I put that? Pepe. So I put a chart on Twitter for you. You always want to pay attention to Twitter. As long as I'm uninterrupted, a lot of what I have is going to go out there. So, one, can somebody explain to me how 335,000 people would even look at the guy who also missed the move with you? Can you see where everybody gets a bad idea together now? Is it kind of obvious why we give those influencers shit? All right, I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I know you don't either. So let me go grandstand on your ignorance real quick and try to pretend that I'm smart enough to tell you about the thing that we all collectively are on the same side of the trade of. What the actual fuck? That right there, right? As long as you say good morning and fucking, suck their balls, they'll let you run them off a cliff. That's why you have to fucking kiss people's asses when you're full of shit, right? No substance equals fucking, super nice guy shit. Trust it when a motherfucker starts a conversation off and tells you, fuck you. He doesn't need shit from you. You can respect that. Good morning is equal punch in the face. But yeah, this is just ridiculous. Anyways, that being said, this is some perspective things, right? Remember the chart we gave you when we're looking at Pepe down here? Like, think about this, right? Pepe is in the nether regions of fucking like dust. And to imagine him at $1 billion requires this kind of imagination. And that seemed really fucking amazing when it gets up there. Like, holy cow, can it really get there? Yeah, it can. Right? And from that fucking crazy world, right? If you use linear scaling and you're showing things at the top of your screen, it's gonna be like, oh man, it's really pumped already. Right? But price is fractal. As he gets bigger, he looks the same again and again and again. And so when he gets all the way up here, you know, he still looks rather similar to what he did when he started off down here if you zoom out, right? So what we want to show you here is like looking at this now, right, to really give a perspective on how crazy meme markets are when they get crazy. This is Doge. And this is Doge hitting the same market cap in a much less mature marketplace, a lot less people, of 1.5 billion, the high of Pepe. This is that blip. That's it. That's what it will look like if Pepe managed to pull off anything like this. You won't remember this moment. And when Doge first did this, right, this is at the end of fucking the 2017 cycle. It's pretty much, that's got to be all it could ever do. There's no way to perceive that being any possibly any bigger. But that would end up being the test pump for what ultimately would come next in the 2021 cycle. And when it hit this again, we gave you an idea like what the actual setup looks like when it was ready to go, right? This little blue circle is effectively what you think of as the entire Pepe pump right now. That blue circle right here. And the test pump that leads to it, to create the suppression, to create the position, just like the blur MM, to corner of perception, to pump it into everybody's asses, right? It took that to set up this, and this, what's Pepe in now, to set up what came next. So this is a scenario for, you know, that you can look at. Oh man, don't be stuck. Totally stuck. Motherfucker. What is going on? I'm stuck. Sorry. Damn it. That sucked. One sec. In either case, right, the flag that led to the fucking like major blowout came from the $1 billion, $1.5 billion location, which is where Pepe is today. If this is to come, it's in the consolidation structure that will lead to it. So when you look at Pepe like this, right, you can see one of the things you see about him is that like he corrects. And if you look at Doge too, Doge corrects in the neighborhood of like I think 74% on his last flag before he goes nuclear. So I was kind of watching this. He didn't correct as much, but it's a deep correction that like, you know, when you look at it, it erases so much of the move. People think there's no fucking way. But just like we started like this, right? If he's gonna do something ridiculous and go from $1 billion to like 40 times that, something like, you know what those guys did, you're gonna do this to it. So let's see, he's at what market cap right now? He's at 800. Okay. And he would have to be trading at 20. So for him to go 50 times this, to go like sheep levels, he's gonna have to go like ballpark. We'll do this just for shits and giggles. Because that's what beams are all about. Shits and giggles, motherfucker. Shits and giggles analysis for the win. And let's see. If he's going to get to Doge levels on that market cap, he's going to need to be somewhere like up around here. Where the fuck is it? Alright. Doge. So yeah, it's gonna be some shit that looks like this later, if it does it. Keep that in mind, right? Most people are hindsight minded. They'll always look back at pricing like I just missed that. If you stay forward sight minded, you'll have a chance to play what can unfold into the future. You can't do anything about the past, so it doesn't fucking matter. Alright? So don't call tops and don't pine over what is yesterday. There's always another opportunity coming, right? Perspective things. Pay attention to the plebs. That's gonna be your first fucking signal for that one. Alright. So I've magically done the whole macro anyway. Let's do your symbols. And get you motherfuckers out of here. My monitor screen is fucking backed up. Alright, let's see. What do you guys got? So that's a Pepe one. That's what you wanted first. Where's the rest of your symbols at? Euro? Euro is not on that chart. Euro. Alright, so Euro, we talked about this guy, camped on a really big fucking shockwave, still is, and he's been basing on this old trigger, which is this big old box range he was in forever from 2017. He's been sitting on top of a system, this would be considered a system, and he based on it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, oh my god, it's like a million times. Okay, so looks pretty well supported on there, so we'll see if you can rotate the fuck off of it. Watching guys like CCJ for confirmation, he's a little bit stronger. If TCJ's chart's not there, CCJ's chart's over here. Sorry, CCJ's over here. Yo, what the fuck? Don't be fucking deleted levels. What the actual fuck? Where is my CCJ chart? Okay, there it is. Okay, it just didn't populate. Okay, so CCJ, been watching him too. He's in the same space. He's a lot stronger. Euro is like, the ETF for it. And watching this guy, and if he can hold this trend line and rotate out, likely Euro rotates with him also off of this trigger. So just kind of watching that right now in this really big resolution bull flag. And then MSOS. MSOS is, what is this? Trust Advisor Share Plus US Cannabis ETF. Well, weed looks terrible. I think MJ's got more chart than that one you pulled up there. So weed looks fucking wrecked. God knows I don't buy any from anybody at benefit on the stock market, so that's probably one problem. So buy best of breed things. I can see what you're hunting for, and it looks like maybe there's a chance down there. But when you chase stuff like this, that's clearly in a fucking bear market. Trying to figure out where the tip of the spear is. It's a risky proposition. Right now, could you trench out and possibly rotate up through here and come up through 4 and do something? Maybe, but don't chase things that are really going to the grave like that. There's definitely easier money to be made by playing things that already are best of breed and in motion. So analysis for that, guys, dog shit. Let's see. ETC USD, probably use Binance. Actually, I've done this chart before. ETC USD T. God damn it. I have no idea where I've done it. Let's see. ETC Polo, maybe? ETC USD. Man, I feel like I've been asked this chart for sure. What chart am I on here? Nomics Master. Maybe it's this one. ETC USD. Ether Classic. Well, I can't figure out where I've done that guy before. I'm pretty sure I've done him somewhere. Maybe? No, ETC, USD. Finex. Damn. Nope, nothing. So, I think this is going to be the longest chart I have from too, right? USDT. Let me go check Polo. Okay, they both go back that far. We'll use Finex. Boy, people love to fucking speculate on this thing. What a piece of dead money this motherfucker has been for God knows how long. So from that system high down, say it's a pretty horrific excuse for a bull flag rotation. You look at him and you kind of look at like, you know, other guys that you want to keep track of in the way he's moving. Right, the differential in ETH and versus Ether Classic, right? This is best of breed things. And when you're chasing the dog like this, I guess you're chasing some kind of news catalyst that makes it like, you know, worth the differential being closed. But this is kind of like gambling on the worst asset in a basket, right? There's definitely stronger stuff. And if you're speculating this guy since, you know, the beginning of the year or even since last year, you're in the same fucking place technically as where he was. So I kind of think, you know, like looking at that, you know, he doesn't look so good. But in order to look better, he's going to chase this performance. You at least have to rotate this little region he's got here now and get above that and then create some kind of structure on top of this to head up here and then structure out against that trigger and then go again. That's what it would need before he would look remotely decent. And I wouldn't fuck with him until he was going through the big trigger. He's just such a dog. But yeah, that's what he needs. Pepe already did. FME. What is this? Health Services, Medical Nursing, FME. Is this British? Wait, what is it? Is it German? Which one am I touching here? This one? Futures Metals. No. Which one am I using? Let me know which one it is. Anybody? What's that FME? German one. Okay. Thanks. FME, etc. Okay. Medical Nursing Health Services. You could easily see that, you know. Nursing is definitely a long-term play as you have an aging population over there and, you know, reduced birth rates. Nursing homes definitely is a longer-term play going out. If the West is going to start sliding into fucking like, you know, poor living standards and struggle, and, you know, a disproportionate amount of elderly and low birth rates, then this is the kind of play that you take and you look at him on like, you know, a much longer view. And so that bull flag is likely something of that resolution to think about, right? Like Pepe. See how this trick works everything? It works on everything. So I think you're paying attention on that res. You know, now doing something with him like near term while you're staring at him like this. You've got a low resolution uptrend here, at least on daily, that's running, and he can run. He's gone to a gap. Probably pay attention to what he does with this climax recoil range that he set right here. And see if price gets up inside of it and can correct out of it and structure out a larger resolution rotation to go back and head for like, you know, this angle here as he tries to migrate across the range. Does it have to do it in one shot? Could he come back and take a bigger corrective take and then go back up here? He could totally do that as like as a possible alternate path also. FME Atom USD. So Atom has been taken in the face, and everything DeFi has got kind of definitely like been off the radar for a minute ever since the stablecoin situation SPV. It's definitely not really regaining any of its luster, and now you have like other ways to generate yields that kind of compete with liquidity pools. So Atom's just not had a lot of great news going his way at all. Looking at him right now, a good way we keep track of him too, and looking at like, you know, Zoom CCL, Atom versus ETH. This kind of gives an idea of like how out of phase he is, right? So while we know meme coins have been the real play for alpha, ETH has been, you know, as far as big caps, one of those, you know, one of the more stable, you know, big caps in the marketplace. And with Atom and DeFi kind of getting hit by stablecoin fears, you can kind of see that fear kind of manifest in like Adam going to the low side of the stochastic range. He's been running since October 2020. So if he holds the base of it, you might be in for like a bit of a DeFi, resurgence if this guy can bounce a little bit. But you need to see this guy bounce to really see DeFi strength right now. And so right now, while he's sitting on the base and kind of pressing down like this, it's kind of like it's a broad weakness in DeFi that's affecting Adam. So for right now, you're watching this box range. If he goes out here, this would be a very bad signal to Adam in every market, USD, BTC, and otherwise. But Adam USD, on the back of this. I know I have a better Adam chart than that, don't I? Adam USDT. Nope. Adam USD. Maybe I have him over here. Okay, that's the only Adam chart I have. Let me check him if I am on this one. There it is. I knew I had an Adam chart. Okay, so this is what we watched the last time we ever did Adam. I had this bull flag here, attempting to rotate. The Adam ETH ratio got weak with SVB, so this has been the entire underperformance that's been going on here, while ETH and other guys have actually rotated up from this stuff, right? The relative strength out of the trough of that from the end of 2023, ETH is Adam ETH, showing that Adam's not part of that wave. ETH has outperformed it, so Adam's kind of been like dying, kind of almost similar to like Ether Classic, just not actually done this up move. So you want to see basically a little bit of a wick outside that. This same bull flag I drew, I'll have to draw it again. This same bull flag to rotate again to chase. Ultimately, what was off of this level here will extend this out. This will be the trigger you care about. This little high right here. My yellow line's not so great, but I'll make them visible. So if you do get some strength cross market where Adam ETH gets some strength and comes up through this level in terms of dollars, this will look a lot better to go through here and try to rotate this flag and get some strength to catch up to ETH. So you want the crypto market to stay strong and just there to be a rotation within the market from DeFi to like platform. All right, and then last but not least, Eli Lilly. What is this? We talked about drug stocks a while ago. That's not the right chart for it. Eli Lilly is. I think we did this over one on the show. Did we not? Well, it's been a while since we pulled him up. I hope somebody kept track of this shit. Well, there was the old trigger, and whatever last time we did it was bull flag junk. So yeah, he went crazy. Let's look at some other stocks. Merck. Yeah, all of our drug stocks we talked about. It's been a while since you guys asked about these, huh? So hopefully you kept track of them, because even I didn't keep track of these guys. Let's see what Pfizer looks like these days. He looks like shit. Myrna. Those guys look so good. So yeah, Eli Lilly does though. Look at other health stuff. Humana. Okay, just curious. All right, so yeah, Eli Lilly, with him out there like that, unless you're part of it already, you don't really want to chase something that's arced out like that right out of the bull flag. So look at low resolution, maybe you could play continuation play, but for right now, this guy is kind of dangerous if you go chasing stuff like that. So I think this one you'd have to wait for another consolidation structure. You see how big this structure was to sweep out here, like cock and balls things, right? You definitely want something else up here to make a plan around that, right? So if he gives you here or a little further, wait for something along those lines. Damn it. Gotcha. My bad. Did I not have that screen up? Uno momento. My fault. No cock on balls for you. Back. Alright. So, Eli Lilly. Do it again. Damn it. What the fuck? So with this guy, like I said, drug guys like him and Merck, they're way out from the last time we ever talked about it. So like Merck, probably watching him with Eli Lilly, since they're kind of structurally very similar right now. Seeing him sit here, see what he does. If this is a 2B, pulls back or stays out here and keeps pushing off, that kind of can give you some proxy to Eli Lilly. He's obviously way fucking stronger. So with this, like I said, cock and balls, looking at from the last place we marked him out above a trigger, this would be, your cock, your balls, Cock again. And you want to wait for something along the lines of like the balls to make another plan. So while he's this parabolic right now, right, there's not a lot of resolution to fuck with him. He can either stay here and push out again at a really low res, but if you want to make a plan, you want something like this, like kind of catch a rotation out of, right? Something along those lines to find yourself into. So, right, if you couldn't get it from here, you could probably find it from like, you know, this spot to get involved in it there. This would have gotten stopped, and then from here, this would still be involved. But you're looking for something along the lines of that. You know, if he comes down here and gives you some kind of structure and rotates from here, it's like hideous. You know, you're looking for something along those lines to get to be part of it. So, yeah, is answer all your questions, motherfuckers. Hope you guys got it. That is a Wednesday show, bitches. This has been a show I cannot pronounce for the first time that I've ever done my show. I have no idea what the fuck this shit is called. I hope you do. For all you motherfuckers in Germany, I hope you choke on it. For the rest of you guys, I'll catch you on the flip. Stay safe out there. Peace.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly.